So what specifically have you been doing over the past 2-3 years, say, to help build awareness in our community of your own values, the values you think make you a Democrat?
I think you just look at some of the issues that I've addressed, some of the individual organizations or issues that I've basically taken up as Mayor of Woodland. I could tell you that the whole issue of this youth gang initiative and trying to really address that problem with our community, I think is very critical and it's important. And as my term as mayor ends in July, and I believe we will have that program fully implemented. You look at projects that I've been working on, like the surface water project, for example, trying to bring better quality water to residents of Woodland, and also is friendlier to the environment. I think that's been very important. Other issues is working closely with our associations and our employees as well. Try to make sure that we're working with them to try to balance our budget and have them assist us in providing the best possible types of services we can to our community for them, so that our community doesn't feel any of the reductions. That's basically been one of our major priorities. And really advocating for just the community in general. I mean, I could probably talk to you about, individual projects. One of them that comes to mind quickly is the partnership that we developed 3 years ago with the University of California, Davis, to help bring an art center to a very low-income part of the city of Woodland, Donnelly Circle. We developed a Taller del Arte del Nuevo Amanecer with UC Davis, Woodland Joint Unified School District, and the city of Woodland. We've partnered up, Yolo Arts Council as well, to try to obviously develop more culturally based and educational activities for a lot of the youth. And so that's something that I very much pride myself on. And then working with, again, it's going to sound repetitive, but really preserving that quality of life for our citizenry, for those individuals that are most vulnerable, because they have to go to a library to rent a book, for example, or they have to go to one of our sports parks, or they have to go to our boxing program or our folklorico program, because they would otherwise have no other ability to have those services be provided to them. So we've managed to protect those services. I think that is going to continue within the city of Woodland, and so I think a lot of those general values I will continue to promote as a member of the Board of Supervisors, and make sure that we're collaborating with individuals. We're building an organization and a county that respects each other and that works with each other, and tries to do the very best we can for all of our community.
A couple of last questions. Let's say you found yourself on the minority vote on a particular issue on this board. How would you deal with working with the rest of the board on that?
Well, I think I work on it like I do everything else. I think it's important to always do your homework, to fight for something that you truly believe in, but also understand that at times you should compromise, and you must compromise for the best interest of the community. You keep working on issues that you feel are important, and if I'm on the minority on a particular vote, you move on, and you try to address that issue as best you can without having the rest of the colleagues that may not agree with you. I think what's wrong with what's going on in this country, I think, in the state, is that we now see compromise as a bad thing, and so it's so negative and it's destructive. And to me, there's been many 4-1 votes on our council on issues. You move on. You try to work as best you can, depending on what the particular issue is, and you move on. That's it.
How would you go about building the presence of the Democratic Party in Woodland?
Well, the way that I would build the presence of the Democratic Party in Woodland is by what I was doing all day today, which is walking door to door and talking to many Democrats who are supporters of mine, and talking to them about some of the important issues, talking to them about how important the surface water project is, and convincing them how important that is for the future of our community. And that's how we're going to get the word out there. And Woodland is a very diverse community. The 5th District's a very diverse community, and we're working very hard to engage young people in our campaign. And if a lot of people we have quite a bit of volunteers who are younger, who are Sac State students and UC Davis students, and we're engaging them in the campaign. And so talking to people is the best way to get them out there and have them understand what a lot of the issues that impact us on a daily basis and that are important to people like myself who has been a lifelong Democrat. My parents have been lifelong Democrats. Actually, all of us in my family are union workers, including myself. My mom's a Teamster. My brother's a Teamster. My brother, who's a firefighter down in Salinas, is also part of a union. And my sister-in-law's part of it. She works at UC Davis. I mean, we are all a family that believes in hard work, but also protecting middle-class individuals. And so that's what our position is. That's what my positions have always been. And when it comes down to it, a lot of my values have always aligned with the Democratic values as stated in earlier.
And
the information I got earlier.
All right, and finally, why should people vote for you in this race?
People should vote for me because I care about my community. I have the best interest in mind of the city of Woodland. Like I mentioned earlier, I was born there. I plan on dying in Woodland and living the rest of my life there. As bad as that may seem. But no, I truly do care about the city of Woodland and making sure that we are progressive and that we move forward as a community and that we really have the representation that we need in the county of Yolo now. And I'm going to use this word again because I think that this has lacked for a very long time. But the issue is just, it comes down to being an effective representative of the entire community. So that's why people should vote for me. I think I've proven to work very, very hard and study the issues, and I have a lot more that I need to learn. There is no doubt about that, but I'm someone who is willing to do it and has proven myself being able to deal with very tough issues, make tough decisions on behalf of the community, but most important, the decisions that I make are in the best interest of our community.